It's weird in here. We'll do a root canal right here. We'll pull that shit out.
Cause we're gonna be legends. Gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends. Gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we can't.
What if I told you this was the last Monday morning of your life?
Come through the crib, it's poppin'. I need to stop my drinking. Let's hit a man, it's poppin'. I need to stop my thinking. Come through the crib, it's poppin'. I need to stop my drinking. Let's hit a man, it's poppin'. I need to stop my thinking.
Yo. What up, my man?
We got in, basically showing up. And
Just heading to a new business pitch. Hey, Gary Vee here on the streets reporting. Monday morning, doing my thing. Nice and cloudy. It's exactly when people don't want to do it. I love when people don't want to do it. I love that. Not about D-Rock. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Oh, no.
I'm a flexible seat.
It's all audio. Remember this? We did it last time, but it was video.
Along the way, Gary became a prolific angel investor and venture capitalist, investing in companies including Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Uber, and Birchbox. So I'm going to jump on one of the things that you said, Facebook.
Yes.
So you were an early adopter of Facebook Live. Can you tell us a little bit more about opportunities you've seen with live streaming?
You know, it's funny that I didn't mention live at all in my opening rant, and I think that's an indicator. I like live. I think live is hard. I think for most of the brands and personalities in the world, live is an extremely difficult format. I think it's sexy. People are talking about it. But I just wish that people understood how to make Facebook commercials and videos, these 1, 2, 3 minute videos around your business, whether B2B or B2C, that would drive your results. You know, it's kind of like you asking me like, hey Gary, why aren't 7-year-olds thinking about driving? And because I'm still worried about can they ride a bike. Before people worry about mastering the hardest medium of all, which is live video, I like them to figure out just video on Facebook, heck, just pictures on Facebook. So I like live. I think it's really personality driven. I think it has to bring a lot of value. I think people have to think in like morning TV show, late night TV show, drive time radio dynamics. Like what does a brand really do? I think some of the stunt stuff can be fun, but live is a very competitive, very difficult thing. You're asking for somebody to give you their attention on your time, not on their time. And so that is a very, outside of live sports and the biggest events in the world, live is a real challenge. You have to really bring value, and truth is, I don't think most businesses, small or large, have even figured out how to provide value in their content, let alone their live strategy, and so intuitively, I don't even focus on it. I canceled the 2 things, next 2 meetings. Okay. I am going back to the meeting.
Got it.
Reached out to director Denise Soler Cox. Turned out she was a huge fan of yours.
As she should be.
She stood in line for one of your books with her baby, who was like not even a year old, and so she like freaked out when I reached out to her, and she'd offered to come and do a director screening for us if she got an hour of your time, and that potentially making the feature-length version of this film. So that's who you're meeting with.
I recognize that the people that dislike me have insecurities of their own. And I actually genuinely have empathy for them. Do you know how bad I feel for bad people? Like if somebody draws a swastika or pulls off somebody's religious clothes or hates black people, I feel bad for them. They lost. They lost in life. Of course I feel bad for the person the crime's being committed on, but I feel bad for the other person. They're a loser. Like you've lost. There's nothing you can do to beat me. Good always beats evil. It's how we're still here.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Appreciate it. I know the most by sitting in this chair.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you
Thanks
want.
for taking the time out, man.
My
Really
pleasure,
appreciate
man. Happy to be here.
it. Yes. So Dave told me a lot about you. I really didn't know much until recently, but
Yep.
Dave told me you love the music. I'm
Yep.
not sure I'm impressed.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So when I realized what you guys had going on, there's so many similarities between how you guys grew the fan base. Like what
And
we
you
did
guys,
was-
well, it's one of the reasons I like, when I first got, you guys have been on him for a while.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing in the background and then finally had time to listen to some music over the holidays and I was reading, it was fun because Spotify did a good job with integrating Genius. I really enjoyed that. So I was like reading, I'm obsessed. If I was to meet Russ, the only thing I'd want to talk to him about for 20 minutes would be his grandfather. Cause I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And like that story and that narrative that he puts out there, and the whole all I do is hustle. Like if I was an artist, I'd put out a song a day, fucking forget about a week. Like I want to put it out every day if I could.
What we realized was, I think the reason why most artists don't realize it because it happened super recently. Like 2014, yes, SoundCloud, Spotify, all those things were available, but the user base hadn't arrived there the same way.
There's
it
also
did now.
economics in not putting out free music.
Yeah.
Mixtapes was a love-hate thing. The labels have no interest in you putting out free music. They're not
Absolutely.
monetizing it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So when we started putting out the song like a weekly basis, we realized, the internet moves so fast that 1 week is almost not enough time. You need another song right away, and that's the best marketing for the previous song as
It's
well.
more at bats.
Exactly. More shots to get it done.
Literally the way I taught my one friend who's terrible at getting girls. I'm like, you know what? Go completely unemotional and just say hello to every one of them.
Facts.
It's gonna work out eventually.
And I won't let you go. I left my heart in the city.
Barney needs a job.
But soon enough I'll hold you close.
I think we can. Like as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, said I was raised in the days of MySpace and screen names. Back then when I was only worried about my top friends. Now my circle is getting smaller, all these people acting fake, man. And to be honest, I don't even have a top 10. Me against the world, I've been doing what I really love. Haters been hiding behind the screen, man, they movie cuts. And when I'm back at home, it never feels the same, cause we've been doing our own thing, trying to stay up. I wanna go back.
It's weird in here. We'll do a root canal right here. We'll pull that shit out. The reason I love to do these meetings is when you're young and you want something, you can get clouded on the reality. You are massively highly rated and you're very much on the hot young rookie path, not the we don't see where this guy fits path.
Cool.
As long as they understand those kind of core 4 or 5 things that we all have to have, which is like, this is the kind of work we want to do. This is where we track people's attention and we care about that, and then how we treat each other.
Yeah.
I think the world doesn't think that you should email a CEO and have this conversation. Our world does. And it's hard to fight against the whole world. And so I never get disappointed anymore if somebody's been here for 7 years and still is scared or confused or curious. I get it now, but I'll never waver. The biggest challenge a leader has is to get the people that work with them to understand that they work for them, not the other way around, and to build that trust. And so I'm feverish about that. I'm so obsessed with it, but it's a very difficult thing to accomplish because it's not how the world works.
I gotta repent it, but no man's perfect. That's why I'm still alive to keep reflecting, to keep this car and driving. I'm hoping I won't let you go. I left my heart in the city.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
There's a lot of like.
What excites me is that I want to fucking rule the world. And when you want to rule the world, everything's in play, nothing's out of bounds, and you've proven a lot to me, which creates even more opportunity. That's it. So I'm not really crippled by it. I'm giving you the binary, like you're in the family, and I doubt that we won't be able to figure out shit for the next 50 years, let alone 5.
Yeah.
And in a world where I think it's a real win to like the next 2 or 3 steps, even in this path, it doesn't make me feel like, oh shit, like if we don't figure something out in the next 6 months, it's over.
No.
And so that makes me, to be very frank, very calm.
Yeah.
In a world where I have that in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're a young man. Like you know, obviously we have a young company. Hang with me with 60 and 70-year-olds who are on fire the way you and I are. If you start taking your career into a macro, at 64 years old, double your age today, I'm working with those people every day, and they want it. Like that's around the age I plan on buying the jets. You know, like you gotta, like your whole life, literally from the day you were born to today, like you know how much work that is, you know how much learnings that is, you know, like this is, I don't think people get it, brother. Do you know why I don't think people get it? I don't know if I fully got it.
Yeah.
To be quite frank, you know? I did, but more blindly. Now it's more black and white, and it's about to get color. Sure, I'm very comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with 2 or 3 people being in that position, but she's probably the closest to that.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Why don't we... Well, and also companion perhaps? I mean, I don't know. Let's deal with that when we get there. But let's keep that thought in our back pocket.
Baby girl, I'm trying to live forever. Feel free to talk about me. Go ahead and do your thing.
Well, I like spring.
Say your whole crew my name. Yeah, you better say my name and you better say it twice. B-U-G-U-S, get it right. Pay my dues without looking at the price. I ain't tripping on tomorrow, dog, I'm living for tonight. And I make the most of it. I found a way to rape the game.
I'm in such a great fucking mood. Like, I can just feel it happening. I wish you guys the best life ever. So much fucking opportunity. Go get yours. Please, go get yours.
When on my grind, I'm getting better. I know I'ma shine in any weather. Baby girl, I'm trying to live forever. Feel free to talk about me.